An estimated 1/3 of all food produced globally is lost or goes to waste. We all have a part to play in reducing food loss and waste, not only for the sake of the food, but for the resources that go into it. The VentSmart range is the perfect solution for reducing food waste, which not only helps our environment, but also our wallets. This range of revolutionary containers is designed to store your fruits and veggies in the fridge in optimal conditions, keeping them fresher longer. The storage of fruits and vegetables have been researched extensively by the top food scientists at the University of Florida and Tupperware to develop this line of intelligent containers, and the results were confirmed by the University of Ghent and Hanoi University. The purpose of this research was to confirm that vegetables breathe, but in different ways. Based on the outcome of the research, we grouped fruits and vegetables into 3 different families according to the way that they breathe, and developed the Tupperware Atmosphere Controlled Environment, or ACE system, which creates the optimal environment to keep fruits and veggies fresh up to twice as long. ACE is a unique 3-way venting system that helps to regulate the atmosphere inside the container by balancing the flow of oxygen and carbon dioxide passing in and out of the container. It can be adjusted according to the type of vegetables or fruit stored. This adaptable venting technology cuts up to 70% of moisture loss and helps produce to breathe in an ideal atmosphere, resulting in crispier, fresher, and tastier produce for up to 3 weeks. To put it more simply, when you take produce home from the store, it is still alive. So how you store it is important. Keeping it in the bag that it came in or not storing it in anything at all can actually be suffocating your produce, causing it to spoil much quicker. By storing it in the VentSmarts, you are allowing your produce to breathe and get just the right amount of air and humidity to stay fresher longer. Let's go over some product details. On the lid, we have the air circulation pictograms for the 3-way venting system and slider with tab to help identify which position it's in. The slider can be put in 3 different positions depending on the content in the container. We have half open. When the slider tab is aligned with the half circle on the pictogram, the small opening in the seal is open for light venting. We have fully closed. When the slider tab is aligned with the fully etched circle in the middle of the pictogram, both openings in the seal are closed. And fully open. When the slider tab is aligned with the hollow, glossy circle on the pictogram, the big opening in the seal is open for full venting. And how do you know which produce needs which type of breathing? We have it all printed on the product for easy guidance. The most common types of produce can be found on the food chart pictogram. The handy produce chart is printed within the layers of the container so it won't fade or wash off over time. We have 2 types of labels, Western and Asian, both based on common produce used in those regions. Depending on your region in the world, you will have the Asian label or the Western label. The pictograms are very detailed to allow for easier identification of the produce and what conditions to store them in. The venting position can be found in the top right-hand corner of each box. Here we have the light venting, no venting, and full venting. You can also find pictograms of what produce should not be stored in the fridge. There's also a QR code that will take you to your local Tupperware webpage to get a full list of produce as well as more information on the product. The see-through container is the perfect transparency to identify the contents. The internal grid keeps contents away from moisture, preserving the crops for longer, and the channels keep the water from pooling at the bottom. The airflow system at the bottom ensures even air circulation when stacking. And on the lid, we have a large tab for easy opening. The containers are modular, so you can organize them in endless combinations to fit the space in your fridge. And when not in use, the containers nest perfectly together. To save space when nesting containers at different heights, place taller containers into flatter containers. Now let's go over each size. The food chart pictogram will be different depending on the size of the container, and we'll show you what food fits best for that container. First, we have our small, low 800 milliliter. Great for raspberries, blueberries, fresh herbs, ginger, bean sprouts. Our small, high 1.8 liter is great for mushrooms, lemons and limes, grapes, or radishes. The medium low 1.8 liter is great for strawberries, leeks, asparagus, Brussels sprouts, or carrots. Next are the larger containers. The medium-high 4.4 liter is great for cauliflower, broccoli, spinach, romaine, mangoes, and apples. The large-high 6.1 liter is great for big heads of cabbage or lettuce, artichokes, and pineapple. The high 9.9 liter is perfect for bulky produce. And the vertical 3.2 liter is perfect for storing longer produce like carrots, celery, zucchini, green onions, asparagus, cilantro, or parsley. In any of these larger containers, produce with the same breathing category can be stored together in the same container. And last, our mini 375 milliliter. Great for smaller amounts of herbs, berries, turmeric, or chili peppers. Always make sure to thoroughly dry your produce before placing inside the VentSmart. For cleaning, all parts of the VentSmart are dishwasher safe. It is not necessary to remove the slider when washing and drying the seal, but in case you need to do so, here's how you do it. Removing the slider should always be done from the inside of the seal. Do not pull the slider out from the outside of the seal. This could damage the seal. Always position the slider in the middle. This position is indicated by 2 arrows engraved on the inside of the seal. Hold the seal with one hand, close to the slider to support the area. Push out the slider with the thumb of your other hand. Or hold the seal with both hands, push out the slider with the thumbs of both hands at the same time. To place back in, always place the slider in the middle, aligning the slider tab in the closed venting position. Hold the seal with one hand, close to the slider to support it. Push the slider into the seal with your other hand. Make sure that the hooks of the slider are completely pushed through so that they snap nicely over the edge. And when not in use, dry containers well before nesting together and always store without the lid to avoid any humidity inside the base. Produce stored in the VentSmart tastes better and lasts longer thanks to the easy-to-use adaptable venting technology that cuts up to 70% of moisture loss and allows your produce to breathe in optimal conditions, keeping your broccoli crispier, your carrots crunchier, and your snap peas snappier. So be smart and save your fruits and vegetables by using VentSmart.